We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some major news regarding Drew McIntyre's contract status with WWE, and for any fans who were worried about Drew possibly choosing to leave WWE and not re-sign with the company when the time came, you don't have to worry about that anymore, as it has been revealed that Drew McIntyre has decided to re-sign with WWE. Now by all means, most of you guys are likely aware that Drew's contract status in WWE had been a hot topic for months, as Drew's deal was set to expire not long after WrestleMania 40, but McIntyre had refused to sign any new deal, prompting fan speculation that Drew could have been on his way out of the company and potentially wanting to try his luck elsewhere, perhaps in All Elite Wrestling. However, clearly Drew McIntyre was not a superstar that Triple H wanted to lose, because despite the fact that Drew hadn't signed any contract extension or a new deal with the company leading up to WrestleMania 40, Hunter still gave McIntyre a massive push, and while his title reign was short, Drew won the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins at the Showcase of the Immortals, with this essentially being a message from Triple H to Drew McIntyre that Hunter was going to be giving Drew a big push and creative freedom should McIntyre choose to sign a new deal. And well, the time has finally come when we can announce to you guys that Drew McIntyre has signed a new contract, apparently a multi-year big money deal, with Drew definitely getting a big pay raise as well, with The Rock actually delivering the news to fans on social media, showing Drew being delivered a Scottish Claymore sword to congratulate Drew for re-signing with WWE, so it appears as though The Rock had a hand in convincing McIntyre to stay put in the company. This is honestly fantastic news, as Drew McIntyre has never been hotter in wrestling than he is right now, and it would have been a massive loss for WWE had McIntyre walked away with all of his momentum to another company like All Elite Wrestling. So good job to Triple H, The Rock, and anyone else behind the scenes who had a hand in convincing Drew to stay in the company, and no doubt a lot of fans want to see McIntyre get a proper run with the World Heavyweight Championship in the near future, and now that WWE have secured McIntyre for several years, and are paying him like a main eventer, clearly the company have every intention to push Drew accordingly, which is great news for sure. Now CM Punk's WWE return late last year started off amazing to say the least, but in CM Punk's first televised match appearance, which was the 2024 Royal Rumble match, CM Punk sadly tore his triceps, which essentially put a halt to one of the biggest plans Triple H had lined up for WrestleMania 40, and honestly Drew McIntyre is the one who benefited the most from CM Punk's injury, because had CM Punk not gotten injured at the Royal Rumble, the plan for WrestleMania was Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and the company then shifted things to Drew McIntyre once CM Punk was on the shelf. Maybe Drew never would have re-signed had he not gotten the spot that CM Punk was supposed to have for WrestleMania this year in the big world title match. So we'll say everything happens for a reason, and there was some good to come out of Punk's unfortunate situation. However, most fans have been very eager to hear any news or updates regarding when we can expect to see CM Punk back in action in WWE. And for those of you unaware, after SmackDown had went off the air this past week, Punk came out to the ring and updated fans on his injury situation, saying, quote, "I want to give a little update. My triceps is not 100% yet, but I am on track and I promise soon I will be back and competing with all the tough badasses backstage." By all means, this was a great update from Punk, but we have even more news to share with you guys regarding CM Punk's return status. According to a breaking new behind-the-scenes rumor, while there is still currently not an exact date when CM Punk will be returning, the sentiment behind the scenes in WWE is that CM Punk will be medically cleared to return to action in time for SummerSlam 2024, which is the company's second biggest show of the year, which takes place at the beginning of August. It's apparently very likely that CM Punk would be brought back to television a few weeks prior to SummerSlam to build up a major match on the show, which we've heard is going to be Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that could mean that the next time Damian Priest faces off against Drew McIntyre, the Judgment Day member could be losing his world title to Drew McIntyre, so the company can set up the big title clash between McIntyre and the returning CM Punk for SummerSlam. A lot of wrestling fans feel as though the first night of the 2024 draft on Friday Night SmackDown this past week was a complete letdown or disappointment, because the draft is something that's supposed to be exciting and unpredictable, with some major stars switching brands to shake things up in the company, but that certainly didn't happen Friday night on SmackDown. It was quite the opposite in the minds of a lot of fans, who felt like the first night of the 2024 draft lacked any major roster switches or anything too exciting, hence all the backlash on social media since. However, according to a breaking new behind-the-scenes report, Triple H is apparently well aware of the criticism regarding the first night of the 2024 draft, and plans to make things very exciting tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, which is the conclusion of the draft this year, and it could involve the return of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns if new backstage rumors are true. While Roman Reigns withdrew from eligibility for the 2024 draft as announced by Paul Heyman on SmackDown this past week, with Heyman also basically letting fans know that Roman Reigns won't be returning to WWE for the immediate future, there is a shocking new rumor that has revealed Triple H could have done that to set up a massive surprise return for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. The rumor states that although Roman Reigns won't be active every week because of his current filming obligations for the upcoming movie Good Fortune, Triple H is reportedly considering the idea of Roman Reigns showing up on Raw tomorrow night to potentially confront Solo Sikoa, who has been acting as the Tribal Chief in Roman's absence. And while the Bloodline was drafted to SmackDown on Friday, Hunter could still be planning for a Bloodline appearance on Raw tomorrow, with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns returning to confront Solo Sikoa. Fans have certainly missed Roman Reigns' presence following his title loss to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, and again, while Roman isn't scheduled to be appearing frequently in WWE for the immediate future due to other career obligations, the sentiment backstage is that Triple H is trying to work out having Roman show up for a special appearance on Monday Night Raw tomorrow to confront Solo Sikoa and the rest of this new bloodline that has taken over SmackDown. Now, if Roman Reigns does indeed return tomorrow night on Raw to confront the new bloodline, it's still unknown how that face-off or interaction would go between Reigns and Sikoa, but it's likely the company wouldn't do anything too crazy, seeing as though Roman Reigns isn't going to be regularly appearing in the company for the time being, so it's likely that a future feud between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa would be teased. But no doubt Jimmy's sudden and unexpected removal from the bloodline would be brought up by Reigns at some point in the segment if these new rumors are true. While a lot of fans are happy to see a full-time champion back on SmackDown with Cody Rhodes as the undisputed champ, that certainly doesn't mean that many fans aren't missing the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and while his rumored appearance tomorrow night on Raw could be a one-off special appearance for the time being given Roman's busy schedule, no doubt Roman would receive a thunderous pop from the crowd if he does come back, because fans can now truly appreciate what a great and dominant champion Roman Reigns was, now that he's no longer the champion, so we hope this rumor of Reigns returning on Raw for the final night of the 2024 draft comes true, to say the least.